You're becoming a more modern guy,
Yeah.
and we've been working on harmonic rhythm, which was foreign to you, right? And yeah, I see that you've been practice. I can, without even playing, I can see that you've paid attention to just leaving everything alone, right? And it's interesting, you know. I'll start with this. Um, you know, because I have this new student who I put up the video yesterday, and he's very talented, very smart guy. And the first lesson is always very interesting, you know. Uh, Dick Wilson would say, you know, really, if you if you pay attention, which I wish I had, you know, the idea is, you know, Dick would give you the whole technique in the first lesson,
Right.
but you know, just it it sometimes goes by without you noticing, you know, understanding what it is that's being said to you.
Right.
And and I know about, you know, one student who studied for a long, long time, plays great, you know. Said, can't you say this to me in another way so that I can get this? No, the words I'm using are the words that I associate with what it is I'm doing, and I'm just waiting for you to understand my words so that you can understand what I'm doing so you can do it.
Yeah.
And of course, uh, as you're teaching someone, you don't want to leave anything out, and yet you don't want to overwhelm them. And he had some good questions, which he sent me before the lesson, which is kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
Guy's into it. And he had questions about certain aspects of the technique, and although some of them were answered intellectually, I helped him understand that what we want to do, because this is where we're going with you right now, what you want to do is allow the body to teach. What one wants to do is allow the body to teach them,
Right.
right? So it's not a matter of inflicting your intellect on what's happening. It's about using your intellect to notice what's happening, right? And so when you just let your arms hang by your side, that's it. That gives it to you, right? And even without a stick, what would happen if you put down the stick? And just felt, because that's what you're thinking about. Right? It's really good that you know you remember what I'm mentioning. See, now the chair does get a little bit in the way, but for me, but which is why it's helpful to be sitting on a drum stool. Right? Okay, so but we let the arms hang, and that's what they should feel like as much as possible when you bring your hands up, right? And you see, and so particularly the upper extremity, the upper arm, I don't think does it change at all. The only thing that happens is you're holding up your forearms, so that feels a little different, but not all that different. All right, you're just, yeah. So the upper arms are just going to be hanging by your side, whether you're allowing the entire construct to hang or whether you bring the forearms up. It should just be natural. And Dick would come by and grab your elbow. Somebody just flick your elbow out, Kevin. Just flick your elbow. Just flick it out. It should just come back. I'd flick it out. And he'd go, what are you doing? Or he would also have you, I think for a minute there, he actually had a phone book in his studio. Remember the old days? There were pay phones and phone books. And this big phone book. He goes, put that under your arm. So I'm like holding this phone book.
Right.
He goes, now let it go. See, that's what it should feel like. Right? So we're just trying to find what's next. Yeah, but you see, you're doing this. You're bringing it out. I'm just flicking it out, and it should just come back. Or if you put your arms by your side and you flick your elbow, they'll just roll back. There's nothing you can do about it. They're free. They're free. Okay, so we just want, that's what we're thinking, that's what I'm thinking about. Because, you know, you have this, kind of what you just did there. It's like, no, let them, if they're really hanging, they'll just fall, the upper arm will just fall back, right? Okay, so there's that. And then we have this grip, right? And the stick is laying in the middle finger, which is ultimately will be our fulcrum if we're rebounding, and that creates what is fulcrum potential. That's a Richard Martinezism, right? And Dick, you have Dick in the video that I put up, him beating me up, but it's okay. I say, Kevin, where do you feel the weight of the stick in your hand? I say, well, somewhere maybe between the middle finger and the first finger. He goes, middle finger and first? The stick is supposed to be lying in the middle finger, and the guide, first finger and thumb, just come in from on the sides to guide. First finger and thumb are the guide. They don't hold the stick up. The middle finger holds the stick up. Okay, so that's where this technique is kind of fascinating and can be a little tricky. And then the back fingers have like nothing to do with it, because what I can hold the stick up without the back fingers, and I don't want to get them involved because we're not using fingers right now. We're learning to turn our wrist, and just allowing that stick to lay in the middle finger gives you a lot. See, we just lift it up and it comes back down. Right? So that's what we're shooting for. Just looking to not change. If we put the guide on, we're looking to not change this wrist turn. Okay? To not change that. Now meditate on that. We stop at the floor every time and feel this whole concept. It's almost like it's a fulcrum. It's like there's a ball bearing here, maybe. Now I am coming up with other ways to describe it. It just moves around. The hinge is connected to the forearm, and so the forearm isn't moving very much. We don't want to hold it tight. It has some sort of reaction, but it's insignificant. Yeah. And then we use the idea of gravity is very helpful. Gravity is very helpful. Lift it up, and let it come back down. And I'm thinking about the stick in the middle finger, coming in with the guide. I stop at the floor every time. That's the gig. Now, as we come up a little higher, now the first finger and thumb become more looking for the right word, more significant, or become more necessary, because we're trying to guide that stick, and now the stick is moving quite a bit, and so we can get away with no guide down here, right? But once we start to turn up, it's not enough of a grip. But we don't want to spoil the feeling that we get when we just let the stick lie in the middle finger and put the first finger and thumb on. So can I do that over here? Traditional grip is a whole other bag, sort of, right? So we're trying to get a similar kind of thing going on. All right, so we were working on this harmonic rhythm, so let's take a look at it. I had you at 40, and we were playing, what, 16th notes in between, right? So we can think about this stuff. I can work on my left match, right? And we're looking for all those pieces. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, Okay, now let's just not too bad. Let's work on you're a little bit, and it could be your camera a little bit, but I want you to sit up nice and straight. Richard Wilson would say both cheeks of the rear end, right? Sit centered on your throne. That's what they used to call it when it was a throne. Now it's the stool, because we're not carrying our equipment around in the pearl-covered throne. You know, that would you could carry your hardware in that would match the color of your drum set. Yeah. Now we're typically these days sitting on a seat, and so we'd say the rear end acts as one leg of the stool, and then the two legs, feet planted firmly on the ground, create the other two legs of the three-legged stool. So you're nice and stable. That's important. And then see, we just want to bring this up. So nothing should be sticking out or leaning over. We want to be nice and centered. Okay? Yeah. Now, how the wrist. So what if we just turn the wrist like this? What would that feel like? That means I have no grip up front. I have no guide on. Now just relax your right arm. I don't feel as though this is just hanging. It's hanging. And all you do is turn your wrist. You lift it up and let it come back down, and it waits at the floor. At this speed, play half that speed. See how it waits at the floor? And then you lift it up smoothly and allow it to come down. Consider gravity on the way down. See, it just sits there. Look, while the other hand is playing, the hand not playing just waits. So that feeling shouldn't go away. And you can feel the stick, the weight of it in the middle finger, can't you? So there's no doubt about, see, maybe Dick Wilson should have said, Kevin, take your guide off.
Yeah.
And that would have helped me. Now, don't go poking your right elbow out. There's no need for any of this. It should be hanging totally straight. There, see, just nice and relaxed. Now just feel what that feels like. Feel the wrist. And then put the guide on and don't change anything. Are you turning the same height? Is your arm in the right still relaxed? Let it hang. Let it hang. Okay, now double that speed. Let the arm hang in the right. Don't change the height of turn or anything. You want to keep that same turn. I want to come up higher in the left. And listen to yourself. Do they sound even? You're getting more even. Go turning higher in the left. You've got to turn and let your arm relax. The left arm is nice and relaxed. Just relax your right arm. It just hangs there. And you can feel this area right in here. As it turns, as it comes up, everything here is flat. And it comes up, and it just comes kind of like hand drumming, right? We're just lifting up the hand via the muscles in front of the elbow, which muscles only pull. See, it's getting better. Don't turn your right less than you turn your left, and don't push, forcing down. See, it's starting to smooth out. Relax your right arm. Relax it. Okay. Now just go ahead and play an accent on the first of, don't turn less. You've got to maintain this wrist turn. We're creating some kind of, it's part of the chart, you know? And so you have to be consistent about how we approach this. Yeah. Part of the chart, you have to decide how you're going to play it. Your right elbow is starting to get a little bit weird. It's not just allowing that phone book to fall out and just hang there. Yeah, see? And then now all you feel is your wrist lifting up. There's nothing going on out here. We don't need to leverage anything. It's the hand that's leveraging. The hand is going to leverage it up, not the elbow leveraging. Come on, turn up a little bit in your right. Feel going up to the ceiling and letting it fall every time. You don't have to force it down. Just have to lift it up. lifting. The lifting should be perhaps, well, there might be more energy in lifting than there is allowing gravity to help us bring it back. Playing on Jupiter, that would be really obvious. Lifting would be really a big deal. I'm gonna go clunk, which is kind of what we're trying to capture, that feeling whenever gravity exists on Earth. You know, relax your elbow in the right. Just let it hang out. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to put an accent on the first of every right, because you're playing 16th notes, so you're going to put an accent on the first 16th note each time. First of every 4 16th notes. See why it's so important to have your arm relaxed before you go to make the motion? Because if your arm is freaky and you go to make the motion, it won't work properly. Oh, it's getting better. See, that upstroke looks pretty good. See that little upstroke where you just drop it from parallel? See, that's a little turn. Okay, now go back down, and let go of your grip in both hands, and only turn a half an inch high. Let go of your grip too. Don't stick your elbow out in the right. What happened? Now take your guide off. Take your guide off. Turn less. Turn less. See, now you're weighting down. Yes, that's really good. See, tiny little turn. Now, notice what that feels like in your right. Constantly just meditate on your, see that little turn? That's kind of all it is. The slight adaptation. But you see, that's a feeling of a wrist turn. Right, so we're going to have some, and then you can put your guide on and not lose that little wrist turn. Feel that. Nothing's really changed. Okay, now go back, just go back to making a throw on the first of every, don't stick your elbow out. Go back to making a throw on the first of every 16th note. There's that little turn. Make it enough. See, it's tiny. See it? Right there. Right, see, right there. Turn. And then you turn up. Turn up will be a bigger turn. See? That's pretty. See, now your arms is just kind of not doing anything. Nice and relaxed. There you go. It's starting to look like feedback technique. Now don't go lifting. You can turn this way, but we're playing a single stroke. That means we turn, at this point, we're turning from parallel. And feeling that little turn right there. Now play 2 accents. So now you'll note now you'll notice if you're going to play 2 accents, one of them will have an, now we're playing groups of 6, I guess. One of them will have that little upstroke that you felt, up, and then when you go up again, but you're not playing a note, you'll still feel that little wrist turn. Watch. Let's see. Up, let's see, what's I do? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the up. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the up. Now there's an up here. See, there's that little up. Throw, and another little up, and then an act. 2 up motions, and then an up stroke. But look how similar they look, because they feel very much the same. It's just that you're so close to the surface, you can't help but make a note, right? Marie would think that way. So just watch again. Just take it in for a second. So there's this little thing, which is similar to this little thing, right? So we're getting up motion, upstroke, up motion, upstroke, up motion, upstroke. Just think that way, but that's what you were doing. I'm just, now don't lean over. Just hang out. Go for it. And 2 throws. Now you have to make 2 honest to goodness throws. 2 throws. There it is. And an up. 2 throws with a little up motion, then an up stroke. See, you're doing it. Sit up straight. Let your arm hang. Let your arm hang. Let go of the phone book. See, that's really good. See? Don't forget to turn to this ceiling, but you're doing just great. Don't come up higher on your up. See, there's your up stroke, and now there's your up stroke, and now an up motion and an up. Thought there were going to be 2 throws. 2 up motions and 1 up stroke. You see? Now go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we should keep you in 6 right now, because it's really good. For the sake of you playing in 5, to mess up what you're feeling. So you need to be at the floor for that little up, or you'll be too far away from the surface. Up stroke, up motion, up stroke, up motion, up motion, up stroke. Turn a little more to the ceiling to give me a little bit more of an accent, but that's the only thing that's going to change. The up motions and strokes will be the same. Yeah, you see, you can get even more volume that way. Now do that. That's beautiful. And your left is just going turn, turn, turn. No big deal. Do that the other way. This is a good exercise for you. Come on, you got to make that little bend. You got to drop the stick from parallel up. Don't go yanking it. Remember that little feeling. Up motion, up stroke. Up motion, up motion, up stroke. Up motion, up motion, up stroke. Up. Don't make it bigger than your right. Little, there. It's just little. Upstroke. Up. Upstroke. Up motion, upstroke. Up motion, make the turn to the ceiling just a little bigger. Don't go lifting it up more. Beautiful right now. Turn to the ceiling just a little more. See, because we can do that. We can come up more too, but right now, what you're feeling is really good. So if we're going up, up motion, up stroke. See, I can turn real high. Up stroke, turn. See, up stroke would turn to the ceiling. Up motion, turn. See, I can get some real song. Don't have to hold anything tight at all. If you hold it tight, you'll ruin it. Just make that little bend, and then you turn your wrist even higher. There, you see? But the upstroke and up motion won't really change. Okay, now, go ahead and let's see if you can play this. See, that's what you weren't doing when you were playing in 5. When you went to play in 5 at first, it kind of looked a little like.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It didn't have that. It didn't have these little motions.
Yeah.
It's supposed to go. See if I can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up motion, up stroke. Up motion, up stroke. Up motion. You see, it's not much has changed. It's just going back and forth now. So you've got to have the integrity. Sit up straight. You have to have the integrity. Sit up more straight. You're just a little crooked. Straighten yourself. Dick would call it the perfect T. See the T? Shoulders, couple things lined up. So you have to make 2 throws. How is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 throws in each hand. And then the other hand will make an upstroke. Upstroke, throw, upstroke, throw, upstroke, up motion, upstroke, up motion, upstroke, up motion, upstroke, up motion, upstroke, up motion. See, you're starting to get it. That looks like so much better. There, you got it. That's pretty good. That's good, man. Okay, so that's better. See if that now you've got a flow. Let's see if you can. Let's see if both of us. Let's see what my left hand is doing today. So let's. What would happen if we popped it up to? It seems so slow. It's not that. Nice tense and relax. 52. Let's see if you can get it out there. Oh wait, now come on, relax your arms. Just relax. That's good that you're playing 16th notes. Your right's louder than your left now. Square it with your left louder. Remember, the arms just stay flat, barely move. It's your wrists that are leveraging up. You see? That looks more, there you go. See? And you're just sitting there. Nice and squared off. Up, throw, up. Up motion, up stroke, up motion, up stroke, up motion, up stroke. Stay low now, because you're losing your up strokes. Your up stroke should feel very much like your throw, and you're not turning up to the ceiling to make a throw. You leave the bead down. So to come up with an up stroke means you don't turn to the ceiling and abrogate quality of the up motion. Almost there though. Look at that. See, that's much better. Now think just dropping from parallel for your up strokes. Your up motions, you're getting to know the throw well enough, so you leave it down, you leave it down, you leave it down, you leave it down, you leave it down. See, it just feels like you're leaving it down all the time. It doesn't change too much. So that's about, there you go. Up, don't turn up to the ceiling for your up there, in the right, it's really good. Come on, in the left. It's got to up. It's got to, see the up. Good, man. It's much better. When you watch this video back and you watch yourself at the beginning and then you watch compared to where you're currently, where you are currently, you'll be impressed with yourself. It's good. What you feel when you the up stroke, you know, Richard Martinez talks about the pole vault.
Yeah.
The little guy running along. His pole vault. And he sticks it in the ground so he can go, ah, he can go. And so our little guys, your little guys going up. So there is a feeling of planting that bead or leveraging up, right? That's where that word would really be appropriate, because we're leveraging up. See, it doesn't have, this is very similar, making an up motion, but an up stroke has a leveraging quality. You've planted the bead.
Right.
Planted the bead. Now, if you do this, it doesn't have the same, if you turn to the ceiling first and try to plant it, it's different. So right now, I really want you to, we have this feeling, right? And then we have an up motion, but we also have an up stroke. And that's going to feel different. So every time you get to the up stroke, you're going to have that feeling of planting the stick so that you can leverage up. Leverage. 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 I'm not now I'm leveraging in the right. Now I'm not leveraging. Let's see. Yeah, that's not a leverage. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 isn't a leverage. I'm just turning. It doesn't feel the same. Also, as similar as the up motion is to the upstroke, the upstroke feels a little different than the up motion, because you don't feel as though you're not touching the surface. So you're planting the stick on the surface for the up there, you see? Yeah, you see, you can really feel it. That's good. You're feeling it. Relax your arms now, no phone books. Yeah, so you want to plant that bead, and there's a feeling you get. And there are only a few feelings in this technique. I mean, you got most of them. You got the wrist turn, you've got a throw, and you've got an upstroke. Not too much more. Okay, that's really good. I wonder if we can go any faster. Let's see. Let's see what happens. stroke motion. Up. It's happening so fast, it's hard for me to say it. Up, up, throw, throw, up. Throw, throw, up. Throw, throw, up. Throw, throw. See, that's what we're looking for.
Mm.
Nothing has really changed. Nothing has changed. It's just faster. Go and play it at 60.
60?
Yeah. See what happens. Relax the arms, no phone books, no phone books. Right arm, relax it. It's not much faster. Just turn your wrists. Let your arms go. Turn both sticks the same height. Throw, throw, up. Throw, throw, leverage. Throw, throw, leverage. Throw, throw, leverage. Throw. Don't forget to turn to the ceiling to give me an accent. There you go. You relax your arms. Go for it. Go for it. Throw, 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 throw up. Throw, throw up. Throw, throw up. You're not really making an honest to goodness leverage up. Oh, that was good. There it is. All right. Okay. So let's continue this. How do you play it up to 60 now? Okay, so that was a good increase in speed. That was really good. Okay. Now, we were also looking at the Flam tab. Pardon me. So, I had you at 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Speedback has it written out, not just as eighth notes, but another iteration played as 16th notes, which would be twice as fast. But I'm not sure it's really fast enough for rebounds. Maybe. So we're playing. So we're playing 3. We're playing 3. We're playing a throw and then 2 taps. Right?
Yep.
The speed, that's really easy. No upstrokes, just a throw and then 2 taps. Now you have to make an honest to goodness throw. Arms are much better. And then 2 taps. That's not bad. Just relax your arms. Turn up to the ceiling. Give me a nice throw. There's no accent here, but I want a nice big throw. This is going to be going into throwing for rebounds. Don't lose your floor in the right. Just let that stick sit in that middle finger, just being guided, first finger and thumb. See, it's really it's very smooth, very simple. You're playing in the center. That's okay if you don't throw. I like that you still turn your wrist up nice and high. And you keep going. Because the band ain't going to stop for you. Hold on, stop. Pardon. Sorry, drummer, you forgot to throw on that. Don't lose your floor in the right. Got to be nice and low in the right. Stay low. There. What was that? No upstrokes, no upstrokes. You're just turning at the floor. From the right, stays right there at the floor. And now it's going to make a throw, but you didn't talk to the ceiling. Now you're going to make a throw. Let everything hang as you make a throw. Turn up to the ceiling a little more. Come on. Turn that, get that little up, and then there it is. There it is. Okay, now what happens if what happens as we speed this up? You see, I go on the journey with you. So if we have this. Could we throw? See if you can throw for it. It's a little slow.
Yeah.
Try. Yeah, gee. It's almost not fair to a student who really doesn't have. This is where having a really good fulcrum development is so important. Okay, so it's not going to happen. It's just because it's too slow. But you can do it if you really get this fulcrum together. Feel that stick lying in that. Let's see. What could I do to help you? Let's see. Let's see. Blah da 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 blah da. Da da. That's a little slow. Okay, so let's try this. So if we're going da 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 with 16th note triplets. Da 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 blah da blah da da da. So okay, all right. As soon as it gets modern, we go back into the Ichabod Crane look. No, we're hanging out. We're so cool. A little speed, a little modernism in terms of playing over the bar line doesn't turn into I'm freaking out. No. Okay, so what would be the speed? Blah da 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 da. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. So you're playing over the bar line. Da 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 blah da blah da blah da blah da da. That's good for you. No, you're not going to be on the metronome. Okay, so now we're into conception again. Let's see. How would that work? It's this. Just do that. That's where the accents are. It's one hand. So it's 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4. Yeah, but we're not bouncing now. We're just going throw, throw, throw. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and just count 1 2 3 4 5 6. No, it's just gonna. The right hand is just going 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4. But don't lean over. You have this motion. You're getting this. Yeah, you see. Leave your arm loose so you can get that little bend, the little wrist turn at the beginning, and then you turn high so you get 2 wrist turns. It's 2 wrist turns. Just keep doing that. Now have the other hand. That's looking good. No. The other hand is just turning. Yeah. There you go. Relax your arm. Let go of the phone book. A little bend at the beginning, and then cock up to the ceiling. It'll work, you know. There it is. Come on, let the arm hang. Come on, turn to the ceiling after your little bend. Come on, bend every time and cock to the ceiling every time. Good. Because it gets, that's not coming along. Okay, now that's the feeling of it. Da da ba da da. So now just go on to now put the accent in both hands. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Just count 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 will be in the right. Now 1 is in the left. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5. A little bend, and you cock to the ceiling. See, you're sitting up nice and straight. You're getting a nice throw. Your arms look nice and relaxed. Now just let it bounce 3 times. Blah da 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 blah. Here. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 tack tack 1 2 boom boom get good do do boom get boom get. Come on. That. Play by ear. Give me the throw. You have to do the little bend. There's no upstroke. It's just a little bend, and then you cock to the ceiling and let the stick bounce 3 times. You're throwing for 3.
Oh.
Coming along, coming along. Don't lose it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 2, compound time. And in the center, don't yank, dragging the stick out in the right. While it's bouncing, it's just hanging out here. Now go back to throwing so you don't lose the throws. Just back to the throw in each hand. There's that little bend, which is an up, which is a wrist turn. Don't forget to cock to the ceiling. Little bend, and then you cock in the left. Up to the ceiling. Little bend there, and you cock. Little there. You see, you follow the momentum of the bend, but before you know it, just as you're about to follow the thing up, other side of your arm, the arm countervails and goes the other way. You see? See how nice and mellow that feels good. And I can tell it feels good in your body. Now just let it bounce 3 times. Flat up, 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 flat up. Come on, don't lose the throw. That's all it is. There you go. Land on the middle finger. The last rebound is the grace note. For the flam, 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 flam. Okay, all right. That's new for you, but very good. Okay? So look, you're actually able to do that and look kind of like a comfortable musician.
Yeah.
Right? When you watch, one of the first things you notice when you go to see a symphony orchestra, they're all sitting in a sort of similar way, a sort of tradition, and the whole orchestra is moving often in unison. The strings are all sawing together in the same direction, right? Oops, see, I didn't move very well there, right? And the pianos just are all freaky. Everything is nice and relaxed, and everyone has spent enough time on their instrument so that when they have to play something challenging, that they don't suddenly feel uncomfortable. Okay, so there. Okay, so the flam tap is starting to happen now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and we've worked on your singles because you're playing singles in between on the groups of 5. We're not even bothering with 7. I just want you to feel what you felt today. 7 is nothing.
Right.
You really started to make upstrokes. You planted the bead, leveraged up for your throws. You still made that little wrist turn, and then you cocked to the ceiling. When you cock to the ceiling, the forearm comes down, countervailing. Everything's moving. Look, this hand is going down, and forearm is going up, and then the hand is going up, and the forearm is going down, and right at the last minute, they catch up. And so you're feeling all of that.
Yeah.
Now, and you're starting to get rebounds. So what would happen? Let's see. Because we should move on to another stroke. But what about doubles and roll strokes? I don't want to let that go. I want to make sure I get that in here. Let's see. So one, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-stroke roll. So typically roll strokes are played as 16 notes. Relax your arms. Now we're playing doubles now. But you're right. It feels like it's going to feel like 2 singles. The 5 goes both ways. There you go. Now at this speed, there's barely, I don't think there's enough stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So slow. And we're not rebounding. We're just holding the stick just like we did for singles. Now don't forget you got to cock your wrist at the top, the throw. It's got to be part of the motion. Trip out your throws. Let's see. Just do this with me. Just do this. There's your wrister. And then cock that stick up to the ceiling. Don't lean over. You need your arm to be hanging. If you start leaning, you're going to mess with your alignment. So first you have to have that little bend, that little wrist turn, right? And then you want to cock your ceiling, cock to the ceiling. Now watch. I'm here, right? Just get up to here with me. Okay, we're back to, go ahead, that was better. Go on. All right, so we have to work on this now, because this was a problem last time. And this hasn't been happening until now, but this has revealed something to us, which is really cool, because the last thing you want to do is go around with a bad habit that is recognized or certainly not therefore resolved. Okay, so remember what I did. Didn't I have you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what you're missing. You're going to go up and you see it looks more like that. And then when it comes down, you're going to follow the stick here in the wrist area. You're going to follow it back down and the elbow's going to come in. Oh no, go nice and smooth. Do it in slow motion. Feel what the elbow would do. See, now the elbow's in. The elbow's out. Come on down nice and slow. Elbow's in. Just keep doing that. Because that's it. Come on, feel the elbow out and in. It's so tiny. It's not molar. You're not doing it. It will, there you go, you see? Now the more aggressive you are about cocking to the ceiling, the quicker the elbow will come in. But it'll move just the same. Out and then in. Come on, slow down, feel it. Relax your upper arm. You're holding a phone book. It won't work anymore. Come on, let it come in. There. It gets there just a little ahead, doesn't it? It gets to the body before you make your blow. Right there. Like a whip. Right? We're trying to get the thing to work like a whip without trying to make a whip. It happens. All right, now see if you can do that playing the 5-stroke roll at 40. Now that's what you're going to concentrate on. No use going any first. Oh, well, yeah. Play a 7-stroke roll. So the throw. Let's see. So it's always on the same side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, start left, isn't it? Is that what I did? 1, 2, 3. Now the right can do that throw. And your elbow's sticking out at the end. The elbow's not rare. See, if the elbow doesn't start in the right place, you can't come back to that place. Oh, come on, it doesn't come in after. It comes in just a little before. So feel it come in. Almost. Walk a little higher to the ceiling. Don't go rushing. There's plenty of time. Cock. And as you're cocking to the ceiling, all that time towards the ceiling will provide space or enough time for your elbow to come back to where it once began. Almost. See, that elbow isn't coming in quite right. Almost. Okay, now go the other way. Think of that stick running along your wrist, and just leave everything else alone. Now go ahead and put the right stick along your left wrist. See what that feels like.
This, yeah.
Yeah. Don't rush the down. If you rush the down, it means you're just shoving and your elbow won't have the time to come in properly. You just take your time and turn up. Let's see. Let's see another. Let's see what I can do here. We go up. Go up. The higher we go up, the more the elbow starts to move. So we're here, and then it's almost back in there. Oh, let's see. It's back in. Back. It comes. It's almost come back in here. Almost. So it's out a little. Should be back in there. Yeah. And then the whole thing just collapses right at the end together. Yeah, you see, more like that.
Yeah.
More like that. Don't be afraid to cock to the ceiling. See, because cocking to the ceiling will give your arm that experience of coming in before you realize it comes in. It should be in now. See, I've come away from the stick. That hand should be touching the stick on the way. There it is. There, it's coming along. Go ahead and play the 7-stroke roll again. Right? That's what we're going for. See, as it starts to come up, see, now I'm rebounding. See my little up? See that little up?
Yeah.
Up. See, nothing changes. Unless you're playing with match grip and not so familiar with it. It should work. It should work this way too. Get it happening. There's that little up. Here on the left, there's that little up. There's that little up. That little up. It's happening in both hands. Right? So it's really important that we feel that. We feel this. And then we realize that things, you can see it, look. As soon as I do that, the elbow starts to come in. Yeah, just come on up to here. Yeah, see your elbows out? Now just do that. Out. Starts to come in right there. Look at it. It's like somehow there's a connection, isn't there? There it is. There it is. Don't put your foot. There it is. See, how's the elbow not going to come in as you start to come down? It'll come in like that. It'll come in like that. Come on, do it again. Do it again where you wobble back and forth and feel it. There. So it goes out, in, out, and go down. Let it come in, and then finish your stroke. You're there. Yeah, there. You see? Yeah. See? That's more of the, talking about Vinny earlier, that's more of the 1-inch death punch. What was that? The Bruce Lee?
Yeah,
Is that where that originally came from?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so you're actually feeling that now. Okay. So
Yeah,
you need to just, I'll write it out for you, but you need to just work on that again. You want to lose that. So we're going to play 7-stroke roll, and the 7-stroke roll goes 3 ways, right?
Yeah, back and forth, and then
Okay, right.
changing hands, or same hand, then changing hands.
Right.
Same hand left, same hand right, then
The
back and
hand
forth.
makes the accent starts, so you can
Right,
turn.
right.
5-stroke roll is hand to hands.
Yeah.
So it's not a single-handed roll stroke. The single-handed roll stroke, like the 7, goes 3 ways. The hand to hand, it just goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? So work on both.
Yeah.
But the 7 gives you a chance to stop and go,
Yeah.
to meditate on getting your throw together.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Very good.
That was cool. Turning off the camera.